We begin with the following statement. Dear Mr. Grinch, you a bitch. Let's go.
I can't do it. We'll do it live. Do it live! I'll write it and we'll do it live!
Mister, will you please wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up?
Good morning! Snowman here to all you Brock Purdy and San Francisco 49er haters. Shut up! I gotta thank you, Shane.
I mean, whatever happened to the games where breaking 100 points was, I don't know, unusual?
There was one word to sum up the All-Star weekend.
Trays. Cause we take this job so serious.
Splash Brothers, yes. Ray Allen, replace him with Steve Kerr. Reggie Miller, yeah.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Oh, yeah! Let's get this thing! For the final time this season, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. It is the Fabulous Fantastic Football Friday edition of SITM. And for the final time this season, we got some picks to make towards the end of the show. What up, Hawk? The first one checking in today. I am obviously not the Snowman, but I am feeling very festive. I ain't frosty, but we stay ice cold around here. Yes, I just went there. Let's talk a little bit of NFL from last night and who told the Superchargers to actually be good. 34-27 as the Chargers took it to Denver last night. Bo Nix for Denver, 263, 2 touchdowns on 29 of 40. Justin Herbert went 23 of 31, 284, 2 tuds, 1 pick. The Chargers are starting to make a run for the wild card because now they are tied with Denver in the standings out there in the crowded AFC West. I mean, we all know the Chiefs have got that on lock. And the only other team that's got a snowball's chance right now in the wild card is Baltimore, sitting at 9-5. Everybody else would have to basically collapse, and frankly, I don't see that happening anytime soon. Because the Texans are sitting at 9-5, but they're leading the AFC South. So we have got ourselves a very crowded wild card in the AFC. Flipping over to the NFC, it's even worse. It is even worse. Because right now, we know Philadelphia is in with the East. The Commanders are sitting at 9-5. Let's not even talk about Dallas, and let's not even talk about the Giants. In the NFC West, literally it's still anybody's to play for. While the Niners are injured, they're only 2 games back of the lead. So anything can happen in these next 3 weeks. Rams and Seahawks are tied in the West at 8-6. The Cardinals are sitting at 7-7. Anything is bound to happen with the NFC West. I mean, this is the crazy division. We know the Lions and Vikings are locked in the NFC North. The Packers are sitting at 10-4. Chicago, go screw yourself. You got Caleb Williams. And in the NFC South, right now, the Bucs and Falcons are the top 2 teams. The Bucs sitting at 8-6. The Falcons sitting at 7-7. Who would have figured this would have been happening this year? In all honesty. Yeah, happy holidays to you too, Hawk. We see you checking in up there in the youtube.com chat with the Fanatics Feedback Zone. We are live on Facebook, YouTube, and Twitch alongside Mosaic and our regular radio and TV deals. And of course, the first hour of the show is brought to you by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins, and providing us with all of our lines for our picks, whether it is college or NFL. We also had some NBA action last night, and you know what? Something needs to return, and I know exactly what I'm looking for. As we mentioned in the NFL, it was the Chargers over the Rams 34-27, bringing the Chargers to 9-6, dropping Denver to 9-6. The AFC West is crowded behind your champion, Kansas City Chiefs. The NBA rolled out a handful of decent games last night. Looking over the score, the Wizards over the Hornets 123-114, the Thunder over the Magic 105-99, Jazz over the Pistons 126-119. The Bulls actually got good and beat the Celtics 117-108. Nets all over the Raptors 101-94, Rockets over the Pelicans 133-113. Grizzlies smoked Golden State 144-93. Ouch. Spurs over the Hawks 113-126. Clippers over the Mavericks 118-95. Pacers over the Suns 120-111. Knicks over the Wolves 113-107. Trailblazers squeezed one out over the Nuggets 126-124. And them Lakers, oh dear God, the transsexuals are going to be thick today. The Lakers beat the Kings 113-100. Oh God, help us. In the NHL, the Blue Jackets over the Devils 4-2. Lightning over the Blues 3-1. Kings all over the Flyers 7-3. Penguins in overtime over the Preds 5-4. Blackhawks over the Kraken 3-1. Hey, Snowman, there's one for you. Senators over the Flames 3-2. Oilers over the Bruins 3-2. Golden Knights over the Canucks 3-1. And the Avalanche over the Sharks 4-2. That be your whip around. When we come back, Snowman has had to get himself a little bit of caffeination. Trust me, I feel you, Brian. I need a little bit myself, but you know what? I'm still locked and loaded. And so are we. This fabulous, fantastic Football Friday edition for the final time this year is back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code SNOWMAN for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
Do you remember our first group photo? This is it. Smiles all around, even though we were all nervous.
Who could have imagined that our first weekend together would soon turn into a lifetime of memories?
You're an amazing young man. Your brothers and sisters really look up to you. They're a big brother.
It's so cool to watch the adult that you've become, and you really have done as much for us as you think we've done for you.
You know, it took 20 years, and I got my third child who was 17 at the time.
There are so many rewards in life. You coming into our home was one of the greatest rewards we could have ever had.
I ain't never felt so much love before in my life.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quins.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E-Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central. Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit snowmanmultimediasports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to snowmanmultimediasports.com/fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister, how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Good morning. Yes, I know I'm late, but once again, we welcome y'all to the fabulous, fantastic football Friday edition of Snowman in the Morning. Thank you, Big Dog, for covering for me because I was dead to the world.
I know the feeling. I know the feeling.
I was, man. I mean,
I'm like, all right, 6 minutes to go before the show. I'm like, all right, usually we're getting it here. 8 o'clock, nothing. 8:05, I'm pushing the damn button.
I'm glad you did. I'm glad you did it. You convinced me of this a few years ago. He was like, dude, I need to be on your staff just in case mornings go sideways. Well, you're on the staff, and the morning, like, it didn't go sideways. I was just sleeping good. One of my alarms is set to the theme from the NBA on CBS.
Yes.
I heard that. I heard that. I heard it. I swear to God, I heard it.
Hearing it and then listening to it's two different things.
Yes. I didn't listen to it. I didn't hear it.
Nice.
And what makes it bad, my beautiful wife, you know this. You know you got a busy day today. Because as soon as I get done here, I got to prep for Indiana Notre Dame. I got a few animals to take care of, while my wife's working and all that stuff. You know you got a busy day. I was talking to Victor last night. Your body just said, mm-mm.
Yeah, I've had those.
Your body was like, no, we ain't doing this.
Yeah, it goes, hell no. What are you talking about?
Hell no. Matter of fact, where's that bug?
You mean this one?
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
Yes, that one.
Been there, done that.
So we are here. What'd you lead off with? Because
believe it or not, I brought the whip around back to talk about all the finals from yesterday.
Good move. We got to bring that. We got to bring that back. This is our last full show of the year.
Yep.
You'll see McCoffey next week, and also Mike Drop Moran will give us an early Christmas present. We do have plans to do segments throughout the holiday, but as far as the full show goes, January 6th is our next one after this one. Speaking of January 6th, speaking of football, where are you at?
I was about to say, dude.
I made a promise that I would play a song if a certain team won last night. A certain team won last night. So.
And the thing is, we actually forgot to make our pick for this game yesterday. I think I know where we both would have gone.
I had Chargers.
Same.
I had the Chargers. Look, Denver's coming off of a too big of a high with their win last Sunday. And the Chargers had something for them. How about the way that Justin Herbert led that offense last night?
Yeah, that's the crazy thing is the way that team ended up doing its thing last night. 23 of 31 for Herbert, 284, 2 tuds, 1 interception. Bo Nix pretty well matched it, 29 of 40, 263 and 2 touch.
You know, I think they'll see each other again.
Oh, easily.
I think next month they will see each other a third time.
It wouldn't surprise me because literally I was looking through the standings, also leading things off. The only other team that's in the 9-win bracket is Baltimore.
Mm-hmm. And
And
Baltimore.
it's going to take, 9 or 10 wins to end up getting into the wild card.
And Baltimore's going to choke. I hate saying that about a team that has Derrick Henry, and y'all know I love Derrick Henry, but there has been such an air of inconsistency with the Baltimore Ravens this year. They want to run. They don't want to run. They want Lamar to be the man. They don't want Lamar to be the man. Look, you should have run that offense through Derrick Henry. You run that offense through Derrick Henry, you easily have 13 wins. Easily.
They don't know what their identity is, plain and simple.
You said the key word, identity. Identity. But back to last night. How about those San Diego Chargers, man?
I know.
How about those San Diego Chargers and the performance they put on last night?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
And San Diego's got it relatively easy to end the season because they're on the road to New England next week.
Mm-hmm.
And then they're on the road to the Raiders to end the year.
I think they're going to score more than 6 points at New England.
You think?
I think they're going to score more than 6 points.
We'll be lucky if we see 3, and then that's going to turn into a 12 days of Christmas.
And oh my God, folks, you need to sign up for Patreon because we are going to do our 12 days of Christmas for each team. Oh my gosh.
I gotta record that later.
Mm-hmm. I know I have to do mine later. But
who told the West to be interesting behind Kansas City?
San Diego?
Yeah. I mean, it's not like the Raiders are going to do anything. They've been floundering all year.
It's the Raiders.
Yeah, pretty much.
It's the Raiders. Why are we surprised? It's the Raiders. Okay? It's the Raiders. What the hell are we going to be surprised for about the Raiders?
I'll tell you the division that's really gotten interesting. The NFC North.
That's not interesting.
Well, the Packers are still in it for the wild card. And you got the Lions.
It's a two-horse race. If Detroit beats Minnesota in Detroit, there's your division.
Yeah, and that game will likely get flexed.
Likely. It's going to get flexed. I wouldn't be surprised if that's the final Monday night game.
I could see that going Sunday or Monday night.
I wouldn't be surprised if it turns into a night game, which is going to make Paul Allen all kinds of giddy, which is going to make Dan Miller all kinds of giddy.
I'll tell you also, the NFC West, your Niners might be banged up, dude, but you guys are only 2 games out.
I know. We got to win out. We got to win out, which means we got to go beat up Tua this weekend. Hi, Pumpkin.
Yeah, you guys got Tua. Then you somehow need to deal with Detroit, and then you're on the road for Arizona.
If we win 2 of those 3, I think the Niners can sneak in. As crazy as that sounds, 2 out of those 3 would likely get us in. A clean sweep would get us in, but it's going to take a lot of help.
Let's see. The Seahawks have the Vikings this week,
and they're going to
lose. Next week they're on the road to Chicago. That's a Thursday night game, so they got a short turnaround. And then they're on the road to the Rams.
And the Rams are going to wind up winning that division. The Rams are going to wind up sealing in that division because their magic number, if I'm correct, is 1. Pumpkin, doggone it. The one time I don't have a sweatshirt on and Pumpkin shows up. The magic number, I think, for the Rams is 1 to clinch the division because they've swept San Francisco, as unfortunate as that is, and that makes Playmaker all kinds of happy. And I'm happy for the Rams. Despite the fact that I talk mess about them, the Rams have shown who they are. All right? But as banged up as the Niners are, they still have a chance to get in the playoffs. They
Yeah.
still have a chance to make it to January, even with a losing record. As crazy as that sounds.
Yeah.
And yes, I'm drinking my caffeine this morning.
Let's see. Basically, clinching scenarios in the AFC. I'm looking through all this right now. We already know KC, Buffalo, Pittsburgh, and Houston are clinched.
Mm-hmm.
Denver needed to either pick up a win or to get their way in a Cincinnati loss plus an Indianapolis loss plus a Miami loss.
And Indy's playing Tennessee on Sunday.
Yes.
Which means I'm going to be busy. Yikes. Because that 49ers game is at 4:25.
Yeah. Now, the Chargers can get in via their win plus an Indy and Miami loss.
Oh, crap. And I like the Chargers. Oh, crap.
Steelers clinching the North. All they need to do is win against Baltimore.
That's a simple scenario.
The Chiefs can get the number 1 seed with a win and a Buffalo loss in New England. That's not going to happen.
That ain't going to happen. You beat me to it. That ain't going to happen.
Baltimore clinches a playoff berth with an Indy loss against Tennessee or a Miami loss against San Francisco, or they just flat beat Pittsburgh.
As good as Pittsburgh looked this year.
Yeah, exactly. Have you seen Baltimore?
Mm-hmm.
Dude, that's your coin toss right there.
Yeah.
Eagles can clinch the NFC East with a win. The Commanders. Oh,
wait a minute. They play each other this weekend.
Yep.
The Eagles and the Redskins play in Washington this weekend. Oh dear
Yep.
Lord. Oh dear.
For Washington, the only way they can get in is with their win is by beating the Philadelphia plus an Atlanta or Los Angeles loss or an Atlanta and Seattle loss.
Ugh.
Atlanta's not going to lose to the Giants. Come on, let's be real.
I know. And I picked the Redskins to win the East. And they were off to a start.
Yeah. Yeah.
They were off to a flying start. And then all hell broke loose.
Yep. And the Packers can clinch a playoff berth straight up with a win or an Atlanta loss coupled with either Seattle or Los Angeles losing.
Which means the Packers are getting in.
Yeah, because they've got New Orleans on Monday night.
Mm-hmm. And the Steelers are beating the Ravens 9 out of the last 10 times.
And
nine out of the last 10, including last year.
9 times.
Exactly.
And looking at the playoff seedings as it would start in the AFC, it would be the Chargers against the Bills, 7-2. 6-3 goes Denver, Pittsburgh. 5-4 goes Baltimore, Houston. And the bye, of course, goes to Kansas City. In the NFC, 7-2 is Washington, Philadelphia. 6-3, yeah, that's going to be a crazy one. 6-3 is Green Bay, Tampa. 5-4 is Minnesota, Los Angeles. Wild card bye goes to Detroit.
Damn. I wouldn't be surprised though if Baltimore does beat Pittsburgh this weekend.
I wouldn't be surprised.
I wouldn't be surprised. It's just on par for Baltimore, as inconsistent as they are, to do that.
Yeah, exactly. It really is.
Are they in Pittsburgh or are they in Baltimore?
Looking over the notes really quick, they're in Baltimore.
Uh-oh.
And that's tomorrow night or tomorrow afternoon.
They would.
There's 2 games on Saturday.
Baltimore, Pittsburgh in the afternoon, and who's in the evening?
It's a double afternoon. The early one is Houston, Kansas City. Damn.
At Kansas City?
at Kansas City.
Why did they put that one on Saturday afternoon? Houston's going to get demolished.
Exactly. The reason why they moved it to Saturday afternoon is the sole fact that, well, who the hell's going to be watching? Kansas City's already in.
Mm-hmm.
This is just to get the number 1 seed.
This is just to get the number 1 seed.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. College football playoff, which is what I'll be concentrating on tomorrow.
And the NFL tomorrow.
And the NFL. Ugh. Let's take a break. Speaking of college football playoff, Indiana plays Notre Dame tonight in front of Touchdown Jesus.
Oh, boy.
Back after this.
This is Snowman in the morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn. Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait. Order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Indiana, Notre Dame.
Oh boy.
Let me say that again. Indiana Hoosiers, Notre Dame Fighting Irish.
And it's in front of Touchdown Jesus tonight.
And it's in front of Touchdown Jesus. And it's in front of Touchdown Jesus.
You know that house is going to be rocking tonight.
You think? Yeah. These guys. Both at 11-1.
Yep.
That ain't fair.
No, it's not.
This is the kickoff the playoff.
Yeah.
That ain't fair.
No, it's not.
That's just not fair.
That ain't right, man.
Mm-hmm. Meanwhile, speaking of hi. Sir Orange is back.
Mm-hmm.
He just won't get down. Anyway, it's the irresistible force of Notre Dame's running game against the immovable object of Indiana's passing game. And the kid's last name, that quarterback's Indiana, you should know this last name, Rourke.
Oh, yeah.
As in Curtis Rourke. As in Nathan's kid brother. Yipe. Just yikes.
Yeah.
What do you think? First one to 50 wins that game?
I was actually going to say first one to 40, but we'll go there.
And I think they ought to flex the overtime rules. Because we will see some overtime games in the playoff.
Oh, yeah.
Send it back. You bring it back to the regular overtime. Bring it back to the regular overtime. None of this 2-point conversion crap.
Well, that would be common sense, and we're talking about sports that make money.
I know. But I think it would make money. I think it would make money. Bring it back to the regular playoff rules, man. That's how you solve that. Tonight's broadcast on Snowman Sportsnet and Snowman Multimedia is brought to you in part by Jessica Rice Coaching. Dear friend of mine that said, yeah, I want a part of this. But man, how many yards will there be in that game? I know, trick question.
950.
1150. I want 1150.
I could see
Don't
that.
ask me why. I want 1150.
And I guarantee you both quarterbacks will get 350 in the air.
Mm-hmm. Why would we be surprised?
We wouldn't.
Why would we be surprised if these two quarterbacks don't get 350 in the air and both teams don't get at least 3 on the ground?
Right.
I'm not. It paints a picture of defense being optional, but you're talking about two of the best offenses in the nation. You're talking about two of the best offenses in the nation. And after they lost to Northern Illinois, Notre Dame just simply went off.
Yeah. They got pissed.
Mm-hmm.
They said, we can't let that happen again. And it didn't.
Meanwhile, Northern Illinois is in a bowl game. Notre Dame is in the playoff.
Where's the justice in that?
Well, where's the justice in this? I said at the top of the season, with Notre Dame not being affiliated in a conference, what if they were to run the table?
Well, they practically did.
If they had run the table and gone undefeated, do you think they still would have gotten in at number 5 or lower?
It might have been lower because they don't have a conference affiliation. That's the thing.
And it's costing them. And that's part of the formula.
Now, yes, they bring in money. They bring in money, yes, but most of it goes back to Notre Dame because of the contract rights they have.
And Notre Dame was a genius in striking that particular deal.
I mean, how many of us grew up with Notre Dame on NBC?
I grew up with Notre Dame, period. Doesn't matter what station, NBC, early parts of ESPN, ABC, CBS. I grew up with Notre Dame, period.
Rudy.
I mean, I remember the first Notre Dame game I ever watched featured Jerry Faust, the late Jerry Faust, as their coach.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. And I used to watch them on replay like early Sunday morning in front of the TV before all the Sunday morning cartoons came on.
Yep.
My parents came downstairs. Then the fun started. then the fun started.
Yep.
Speaking of fun, are you having fun down there, Pumpkin? Yeah, he is.
He's chilling.
He's just chilling and giving me all kinds of kisses on my finger.
Mm-hmm.
But there's not much more we can say about this game except the fact that this starts the playoff. You really want to mess people? If they would have put this on a Saturday, the entire state of Indiana would have been shut down for this game. Guarantee it. It's going to be shut down tonight.
Oh yeah, easily. As soon as work gets out at 5 o'clock, forget about it.
You got 3 hours to get home.
Yeah.
You got 3 hours to get home, feed the family, get in front of the TV for our pregame show.
Oh, I guarantee.
Skip everybody else's pregame show.
I guarantee you, a lot of people are taking today off. To be honest with you.
You surprised?
No,
I'm not either.
I mean, this is literally the Battle of Indiana.
Mm-hmm.
And with it being a playoff game of all things.
And Georgia is next.
Yeah, that's the thing. Whoever wins this gets Georgia.
If Notre Dame wins, half of the Superdome is blue and gold. Guaranteed.
Easily.
Because as Dietz explained to us yesterday, Notre Dame travels.
Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do.
It's tough trying to put something together and your cat is like licking your fingers.
Mm-hmm.
What happened to your cat, man? Because I remember you had a putty tat, didn't you?
Yeah, she unfortunately passed not long after we found out. Actually, it was because of her we found out about Ashton.
What was her name again?
Mercedes.
Hello, Mercedes.
Yeah, she for the longest time she was always attached to me, but after she got pregnant with the first one with Ashton, Mercedes just latched onto her. And it was the strangest thing. And Heather was trying to figure it out, and it was shortly after Mercedes started hanging around, especially Heather's stomach, that we were thinking
2 of them, 1 of you. I can figure that puzzle out.
Yeah.
Because when my ex-fiance was pregnant with Donna, same thing.
Yeah.
2 of them, 1 of you.
Yeah.
That's easy.
Yeah, and it was within like a month or two afterwards, it was like, wait a second here. It turns out Mercedes knew what was going on.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, she ended up passing right around Thanksgiving. But
you gotta send me a picture of Mercedes, because I want my wife and I to put a collage together of you and your family, because Jody's wanting to do the same for me, my granddad, my dad, and my family. Yeah, because the main parts of my family are no longer here, and I already know what Dad would be doing.
Oh yeah,
tonight. Dad would be sitting right in this chair would be sitting right next to me calling this thing.
Oh yeah.
He would.
Yep.
That's the only thing. I'll say it again. If there is a quote unquote regret that I have when it comes to my father, that I didn't get a chance to share the booth with him.
Yeah.
I didn't get a chance to share the mic with him. I got a chance to share it with my mom. I didn't get a chance to share it with dad. RQ says, how are things feeling where you at, Snowman? I'm good, man. I just overslept for the second straight day.
Which led to me pushing the button.
Yes. You have permission to push the button.
The button.
When I run late. And Lord knows I was running late.
I give it 5 minutes and I push the button.
Mm-hmm. Don't even give it 5. Here on out, give it 3.
Okay.
Because we're making a lot of changes for the better. Because we got a lot of things in the works. Let's take a break. When y'all get back, our question of the day. And that's part 2 of something we started yesterday.
Oh, God. We're bringing that back, too?
We have to.
Yeah, we got to kill time, don't we?
Back in a minute.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy, and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crown they get, They palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, No, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Base YouTube channel.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Coming up Monday. And yes, that will happen.
I'm going to have to keep my Monday open, ain't I? Uh-huh. Already noted.
Yeah. I know when Jody and I packed up and drove from Terre Haute, Indiana to Henderson, North Carolina.
Mm.
Ooh, what a trip. It was
Oh,
fun.
yeah.
It was a hell of a trip. And it was right after we had gotten married.
Oh, fun.
It was right. It not like right after we got married. I'd say a couple months after we got married.
Close enough.
Mm-hmm. Yep. End of August. I got an offer and I found a full-time job on top of that. I looked at Jody, she looked at me, and we were like, let's go. So we packed up. No, I'll change my question of the day. For all my tall men out there, what's the smallest car you've ever been in?
Hold up. Let's do this right. There you go.
Here's our question of the day.
All right.
For all
smallest car.
Smallest car, because I have a 3-way tie.
Okay.
In 1999, I drove a 2-door Chevy Aspire. A 2-door. It was a 2-door Chevy, and it was smaller than a Chevette.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
I can't think of the name. I know Chevy made it. A year later, I somehow laid in the back of, without my feet sticking out of, a 2-door Ford Aspire.
So it would have been for Chevy, like their little Astro or whatever it was at the time.
Yeah. I just know it was 99 and I was living in Columbus, Ohio at the time. Then came this beauty. And of course, Dr. K is fully involved and fully invested, because when she said, I'm coming to pick you up and we're going on a date, she said, look for a little pink car. Now, when she said little pink car, I didn't expect it to be, well, a Mitsubishi Mirage.
Bruh.
It was little and it was pink, and I love the daylight side of it.
Okay.
To one of the most infamous questions, baby, how am I supposed to get in that? Which led to one of the best answers she's ever given me in 6 years. We're just going to have to origami your ass in there. Well, guess what? Somehow my tall ass kept getting in that car. Driving the darn thing. Driving the darn thing. And you know what? I drove the daylights out of it.
Mm-hmm.
I did. I drove the daylights out of it. Especially when she would when she worked at Indiana State. That's how all of her students recognize me.
Right.
Well, Professor Reese is here. Her maiden name. Professor Reese is here. How do you know? Pink car. That's how all the kids recognize me. And they treated me like one of the students. And I love it. I love it. What was it for you?
Well,
oh no.
My cousin and her guy had a Chevy Spark.
Oh no, not that.
My 4-inch ass had to try to fit in the back seat of that.
I'll ask a question people often ask of me. How did your tall ass get in that thing?
To this day, I don't know.
Because you're standing what, 6'4"?
6'4".
6'4". You at 6'4", me at 6'5", trying to get in small cars.
It's like Shaq trying to fit in a Lamborghini.
They would have to custom make a Lamborghini for me. But I tell you what's funny. When we went car shopping down in North Carolina, I tell you, Jody comes up with the greatest one-liners.
Mm-hmm.
She came up with the greatest one-liner when the salesman, who stood all of 6'8", and we saw a convertible. Saw a convertible. I looked at Jody, she looked at me, and she says, "I dare you to try to fit in there." I looked at my wife and said, "Honey, there's no way I'm fitting in that thing." And
God.
Jody's already giggling. Some of the folks in the showroom are already giggling. She says, "Why not?" I said, "First of all, my whole ass won't fit in that thing, let alone my body." And Jody lost it.
Yep.
Secondly, Jody points out that I would have to look over the
windshield.
Yes. I would be looking over the windshield while trying to drive. And the guy who was our salesman said, if you think he had problems getting in there, imagine me trying to fit in there at 6'8". I walked out.
Oh my God.
You got to be kidding me.
What?
And you know what I want to get next?
What's that?
An SUV.
Mm-hmm.
I want to get an SUV. But first, there's a few things I need to get in. I need to get in shape first.
Mm-hmm.
Which I will. I want to drop down. Excuse me. I want to drop down to like 255 pounds or 250.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I get that grind. Trust me, been there doing that.
Yeah. We are, and we will. All right. 6 after the hour. Hour 2 has begun. Larry Schechter will join us at the bottom of this hour for his best fantasy football picks. And speaking of picks, that will be during hour 3. I can't believe we're wrapping up the season already. Didn't it just start?
Yeah, I know.
Didn't it just start? Okay. Hour 2 after this.
morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light-optimizing lenses that block blue rays, so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Sports bettors, listen up. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUS.com, is back and in our 30th year of action. With live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props and parlays, fast payouts, and exceptional one-to-one customer service, we got it all. And when you sign up today and use the code Snowman, you will get a 125% deposit match on your deposit. Log on to BETUS.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Attention sports fans, looking for the ultimate gear and apparel to show your team pride? Look no further than Fanatics, the #1 destination for sports enthusiasts. Visit SnowmanMultimediaSports.com today and shop a wide selection of officially licensed merchandise from your favorite teams and players. From jerseys to hats to accessories to collectibles, Fanatics has it all. Don't miss out on the chance to elevate your game day experience. Head over to SnowmanMultimediaSports.com/Fanatics and gear up like a true fan with Fanatics. Officially licensed everything.
It's no secret. Today's consumer wants convenience and likes things on the go. They want to be listened to and receive instant solutions to their queries. This can often make or break the customer service experience. That's why it makes convenient interactions easy for you. Whether your customers want to connect with you via text, Facebook Messenger, Google, Instagram, or website, all messages now come to the one easy-to-use inbox, so you don't have to check a dozen different sites from the platform. From here, you can send SMS or email, answer questions, schedule appointments, take payments, and close more deals simply by messaging back and forth with your customers. When someone searches for a business like yours, they will look at your reviews. So unless you have more positive reviews, they'll choose someone else. Luck makes it easy to collect hundreds or even thousands of reviews from your customers. Simply send a review invitation or create automation that requests customer reviews right after the sale, or maybe right after a service is completed. It will take them 30 seconds or less to leave the review. Now those reviews will show up on the search result and increase your ranking that matters most. Plus, our advanced reporting will show you exactly where your leads are coming from and if your website or ads are doing their job. So why are you waiting? Put your business way in front of your competitors, get more leads, convert more of those leads to paying customers by getting started with today.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right. Our expansion is just about complete, so beginning January 6th, there'll be more of us. And I'll leave it at that. Okay. But why are you looking at me like that?
More of us? What are we doing? Hiring minions now?
No.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I mean, in terms of time, you silly. In terms of time. Oh, by the way, I have a very dear friend that's a big time Jets fan. He's going to join us at the top of hour 3.
How?
And he's going to go off.
Oh boy, this ought to be good.
A little tease. Speaking of the Jets, did you hear what Woody Johnson did?
No, I missed that.
He nixed the trade for Jerry Jeudy because of his Madden rating.
He nixed a trade because of somebody's Madden rating?
Mm-hmm. You can't make this up.
Because of a...
Bitch, are you for real?
I will say it again. You can't make this up.
I got...
I got nothing.
Because of the guy's Madden rating.
I wish I was making this up. I swear to God, I wish I was making this up. I'm not making this up.
I have heard of some stupid ass reasons to mix the trade.
I've seen it. I've seen it with my 49ers.
But
I've seen it with I've seen it with my 49ers. I've seen it with a few other teams, my Chicago White Sox. Okay. But this is the stupidest reason I've ever seen to nix a trade.
Because of a guy's Madden rating.
Analytics has taken over sports, and I hate it. I hate it. Analytics has no place in sports.
If that was the case and people did it that way, There'd be so many trades in the MLB, Knicks, because they're rating in the show.
Yep. You read my mind. You read my mind.
This dude relied on a video game rating to nix a trade. Chris, help me here.
What in the all types of blue hell?
I believe hold on a second. Chris.
What in the all types of blue hell?
You know what?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
Mm-hmm. Before we go any further on this Jets debacle, let me send some Let me send some congratulations to the Louisville Cardinals and the Penn State Nittany Lions, who will play Sunday for the Women's Volleyball National Championship. I didn't do the games last night because I was tired. And I will have this one on Sunday. 3 p.m. is your is your first serve time. And Penn State, a special kudos to them, down 2-0. And they came all the way back and won in a 5-game thriller. Now, back to business. I'm not making this up, y'all. A Madden rating, and the Jets didn't get... And so instead of a younger Jerry Jeudy, you get an old Devontae Adams, who's not worth his weight in anything. Chris.
What in the all types of blue hell
was that?
The fact that this dude used a Madden rating.
A Madden rating.
Stop it. Get some help.
We got our help. That's worse than this.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
Dear God.
Ain't nobody calling me, texting me, paging me, asking me, are you still involved?
Oh, God.
Calling me.
This has been yet another Beating a Dead Horse presentation.
It's worse than that. You want me to go further? Fine. It's worse than this. And this. And this. And this. And this.
Oh.
And this. And this.
This moment of bronze sexual stupidity is brought to you by Hooked on Bronix. When you start talking like an idiotic bronze sexual, Hooked on Bronix can set you right. Call 1-800-YOKAY. Real LJPM, now approve all this.
Paid for by the city filth.
And they're running out of money.
Trays, 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 trays.
I hate you for that. True, but I hate you.
If this is legitimately the case, I'm sorry, but we got a new candidate. We have a new candidate for dean of this institution.
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
Right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Aminos, dominos, vamonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
Man, if Madden rating is the determined thing,
So I realized that I think, even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it. It's like a secret club society.
Oh my gosh.
So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Aminos, dominos, vamonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates magna cum stupid.
I had to hear it again.
using Madden ratings to determine trades.
What?
Using Madden ratings to determine trades.
What?
Using Madden ratings to nix trades.
What?
Fix trades.
What?
Start trades.
What?
End trades.
What?
Do trades.
What?
Trades, period.
What?
Dear New York Jets,
Shut up, bitch.
In case you didn't hear the big dog, he said, "Dear New York Jets."
Shut up, bitch.
You for real?
Cook.
You stupid half-wit idiot. You're going to use a Madden rating instead of your own eyes to nix a trade?
Cocaine's a hell of a drug.
The New York Jets in a nutshell.
So good. You for real?
Bitch, are you for real? Bitch, please.
When it comes to Madden ratings,
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Which is why I don't play Madden in the first place. That's exactly why I don't play Madden in the first place. Well, one of the reasons why I don't play Madden in the first place. Using Madden, a Madden rating to nix a trade.
Stop it. Get some help.
using Madden to nix a trade that could have actually helped your team.
English, do you speak it?
Stop it. Get some help.
I'm getting too old for this.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Hell no. To the no, no, no. Hell to the no. Hell to the no. To the no, no, no.
You can't make this up. This is why the Jets will perpetually take in a big, fat, roaring, stupid utterly craptacular. You fool! Do it again. You fool! Do it again. You fool! 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 That's like thinking LeBron James is the greatest player alive.
Stop the cap.
Thank you. You fool! When LeBron James and the Jets play like...
And now, ladies and gentlemen, the selection from the Wonderbird Choir entitled Using Madden to Determine If You Will Actually Make a Trade.
You fool! You idiot. You know who we're missing?
Oh, I guarantee you Ryan would go off on this one coming up on Monday.
Give me this button here. Woody Johnson? You a... Now, let's talk real fantasy football, shall we? Here's our fantasy football expert, Larry Schechter, and he's with us. What's up, Larry?
Hey guys.
You getting your morning drink on too, huh?
Oh, this is my first coffee of many.
Sounds about right.
I've always drank a lot of coffee, but I don't know. The last several months, I think I'm out of control. I think I need to join a program or something.
Coffeeholics Anonymous.
I'll be the president of that. Okay.
Yeah, that's good because I'm probably going to have several relapses. I won't qualify as president.
Last episode of the...
You're going to find me in the ER with overdoses.
You.
Last episode of this...
They're going to have IVs of water strapped to me, which is why I am equipped with some water here just in case. Okay, speaking of overdoses, there's fantasy football, and then there's many people I know that are going over the top crazy for fantasy football, as most leagues are coming down to their championship as we wind down the season. Okay, did you have any picks from last night's game that you wanted to use?
No, well, first of all, I'm not playing season-long fantasy football for the first time in like 30 years.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
I'm really not happy about that. But the thing is, I published a book that came out in May, and I have just been working so hard full-time promoting the book, because if I don't do it, nobody's going to do it. And in the summer, I just didn't.
We'll do it.
Right. But if it wasn't for me, you wouldn't even know about it. So
True.
So I was just so busy, I couldn't do it. I'll be back next year. But I just couldn't do it. I don't like to do fantasy sports half-assed. I could have just done real kind of quick and get a team, but I won't do that. So I didn't do it. It's like playoff time. I should be having, I'm sure I would have a few teams in the playoffs, but I don't. Now, the thing is, though, is I've also never played daily fantasy sports before. But this year, because I wasn't in season long, I thought, well, let me try a little daily fantasy. So I have been playing some daily fantasy. And yesterday, I was going to do yesterday, but I had a work emergency, and I had to handle something. All right, I didn't even watch the game last night.
Oh,
I saw the box score, and I saw that
Mhm.
kicker had a free kick. That was interesting.
Yep, a free kick happened, and the Chargers took advantage of it. Oh my gosh. Oh gosh.
There should be
All
bonus
right.
points. They should put that in the scoring for kickers. If you get a free kick, it's 20-point bonus.
There
You
should be,
you should
because
win.
it's rarely used.
Right.
It's
You should
rarely
win.
used.
You should win your league automatically if your kicker gets a free kick.
And everybody will be praying for a free kick. That's an automatic league win. I love it. What other rules would you would you institute besides that one for a free kick? What other rules would you institute
For fantasy?
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'd have to think about that. But you know what? What I'm thinking of is, the book that I just wrote is about the history of fantasy sports. And
Mhm.
so if you go back to when people started playing, I mean, these questions were like incredibly relevant when people started playing fantasy baseball, fantasy football. They kind of
Mhm.
created rules and scoring systems because there weren't any. So people came up with different ideas that's kind of led to where we are today. And Emil Kadlec, who was has published some of the biggest fantasy football magazines. He also started with Lenny Papano. He started the World Championship of Fantasy Football.
Mhm.
They created high stakes fantasy football. But his personal home league, the league that he first got in years and years ago, some guys got together, played, have their own, friends fantasy football league. They were touchdowns only.
Oh.
And there, there were other people, and years ago, I think like touchdowns only for points. But every year they'd kind of get together and review the rules of the league, and he would start saying like, guys, we should have points for yardage, or receptions. And every year these other guys were like, oh, we got a perfect league. We don't need to change anything. And but years later, everybody's doing points per reception or half a point per reception. And Emil would go to these guys every year. They had their meeting, and they're like, points per reception. What the hell is that?
Right.
We got the best league in existence. So he finally gave up trying to change anything. Wow. But lots of other leagues, they evolved. They start with touchdowns, and they had, rushing, points for yardage, and then points per reception, and here we are now.
I've it's very few times I've played fantasy football. The first time I ever played was 1998, when I didn't even participate in the draft. I was the last pick, and somehow I lucked up and I got Steve Young and Peyton Manning. I don't know how I pulled that miracle off. And the one game where they played each other and San Francisco won in overtime, I tossed a coin and I went with Steve Young and wound up winning and wound up winning. People really need to get your book, man, to find out the history, how it came to be, how it's gotten to where it is today. It's a great book.
Thanks. And the same thing I was talking about with football applies to baseball. There were Dan Okrent is the guy primarily credited with inventing fantasy baseball, which was originally called rotisserie baseball. But the thing is, lots of people before Okrent had their own versions of leagues, kind of primitive versions. The thing is, what Okrent created is like chess, whereas everybody else was playing checkers. And the other thing about Okrent is he was in the media, and all the people he got in his first league were in the media. And that led to a lot of exposure, articles in the New York Times, etc., a book deal in '84, and that spread fantasy baseball. Whereas everybody else is kind of like, some people playing this game by themselves, and it wasn't spreading. But what I'm getting at is there's all these primitive versions, like people, like there were some people that drafted only teams. They would each take like 4 teams or whatever, and they'd get certain statistics from the entire team. it never occurred to these guys to take individual players.
Right.
And then there were people, various scoring systems. Just different rules. I mean, just lots of primitive versions.
Yeah, I've never played fantasy baseball. May change that this coming season, but
I've already got ideas.
Who are some of the best players you had on one team?
You're talking about
fantasy baseball
or ever?
Ever.
So the best players I ever had. All right. Well, Pedro Martinez and Johan Santana were two of them. They were just, in their peak, they were just really so good. And the thing, when I think of Johan Santana in fantasy baseball, I think of Tristan Cockcroft. You guys know who he is?
Yes.
He's an ESPN fantasy analyst, and I've been in Tout Wars. There's the Experts League, Tout Wars. I've been in that with him a lot over the years, and we used to both be bidding against each other on Johan Santana. It's like we were the two guys that were willing to go up to $40, $50, whatever it was, to get him. So we had some great bidding wars. Now, Ricky Henderson was like one of the most valuable all-time fantasy players. And, it just reminded me, I was talking about these primitive leagues. There were some guys in St. Louis that had a league, and they had an auction, and they used real money for the auction. Some league, the typical fantasy baseball auction format has a $260 budget to buy 23 players.
Right.
And it's often like mythical money, like imaginary money. Sometimes people use real money. They'll put in 260 or whatever. But this particular league, they had an auction format. They had no limit on how much you could spend.
Oh, boy.
And it was real money. And they paid out prizes. So everybody that, at the auction, whatever they spent, that real money went into their prize pool. And there was prizes for first, second, third, and fourth place. Like, first got 40%, then second got 25%, or whatever it was. So you could actually finish, say, in third place and win more money than the person who finished first or second because you spent less at the auction.
Right.
And one year, a guy spent $2,000 for Ricky Henderson.
Jeez.
Yeah. I don't actually know. I never heard the result of what happened that year, but I heard he spent $2,000 for Ricky Henderson. Now, just imagine if Ricky Henderson got injured in April for the rest of the season.
Yeah.
I want my money back.
Exactly.
You're not getting it. I mean, it's bad enough when you're playing normal fantasy, if even no money involved, your first pick gets injured in April for the year. But imagine spending $2,000 and then that happens.
Ricky Henderson is my ultimate leadoff man. If I ever play fantasy baseball, I would love to have Ricky Henderson bat leadoff because he was one of the first. I think the two leadoff men I got hooked on always seeing were Ricky Henderson and Vince Coleman.
I was just going to mention Vince Coleman as you were speaking. I remember this other story. It's also in my book about Vince Coleman, where there were I can't remember who it was exactly. It's in the book, but there was somebody that invented like a simulation type game. What they did is actually, I take that they invented like a different type of fantasy baseball game that they thought was more realistic because they looked at fantasy baseball and they were like, well, why is Vince Coleman like a number one pick? In real baseball, Vince Coleman wouldn't be a number one pick, but it's because stolen bases are so important in fantasy baseball that inflates the value for Vince Coleman or Ricky Henderson.
Right.
Yeah.
I always, when I was in school and I was growing up, did I pay attention in class? Yes, but my mind was always on baseball because that was the first sport I ever loved growing up. Thanks to my dad and my granddad. And I would always put together these killer lineups of my favorite players. I still kept doing it for a long, long time. And then a fellow named Frank Thomas showed up. I always plugged him into the third spot in my fantasy lineup.
Yep, it's a good pick.
I had Ricky Henderson would lead off. I always had Frank Thomas batting third. I knew those two spots. I would just have to fill everything else, including my starting pitcher. And my favorite starting pitcher at the time was Nolan Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
Because how can you go wrong with Nolan Ryan?
Right.
Y'all are making me really want to check my MLB The Show lineup right now. You realize that?
You know, and we're up against the break. But Larry coming on each week as always. The history of fantasy sports. If you go to Amazon, you can buy his book, the history of fantasy sports. He just published it back in May. I encourage everyone to not only get the book but read the stories within. Some of the stories that you hear on this program are just a microcosm of what he put in the book. It's a great book, and I encourage you all get it. Thank you, Larry. Thank you so much, man. Love your stories,
Okay.
and I hope you keep coming back.
I will. Thanks, guys.
Let's see. You know, it'd be Ricky Henderson would lead off. Vince Coleman, I think, would bat second for me, and then you just put Frank Thomas in at the third spot.
You are seriously making me want to check my MLB The Show lineup right now.
You know who I'd bat cleanup? Jim Thome.
I could see that.
But the problem is, I don't know whether to put Jim Thome at first or third. Because remember, the first position that Jim Thome played when he came into the league
was third
base.
I think nowadays he'd be better served at first.
You know who I'd have as my DH? Julio Franco.
I'm going to have my MLB The Show lineup when we get back. I'll tell you who I've got, including my pitching and bullpen.
Oh, Lord.
By the way, fantasy baseball, I'll have something cooked up. Trust me.
I think we're all going to have something cooked up. Speaking of which, I got this cooked up for tonight on Snowman Sportsnet and Snowman Multimedia. We kick off our coverage of the college football playoff with Notre Dame and Indiana, each team at 11-1. The winner gets Georgia on New Year's Day. Back after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the High Five Strangers guy. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BT in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E. Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meat beef of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
Your emergency, please.
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right, we've opened a can of worms.
Yes, you have.
So
you really have.
Our next question of the day, what is your ultimate fantasy baseball lineup? There we go.
Well,
that's our question of the day. And the new snowmaninthemorning.com will drop on January 1st. There was just so much that we had to, there's so much we had to do here, so much I had to help my wife with, but beginning with our episode on January 6th, and you'll see some sprinkled within, we'll relaunch the podcast in the new year. Go.
Well, this is my God Squad on MLB The Show, and this is what I'm going to be rocking with until 25 comes out. I'm leading off with Derek Jeter at shortstop.
Number 2,
Derek Jeter. Number 2, Jeter. I got Jackie Robinson.
Because he's from New York. Bob Shepard, the long time. Oh, God rest him. Love Bob Shepard. All right, leading off is Derek Jeter. Batting second.
Batting second, playing second base, Jackie Robinson.
I can't complain. Batting third.
Left field, the All-Star Series, Jared Duran.
Okay.
Batting fourth, King Slugger himself, Hank Aaron.
Nice. Love
Batting fifth, Mickey Mantle.
Oh, you really dipped into the old school. I love it.
Batting sixth, playing first, Bryce Harper.
All right. I can see it.
Batting seventh, DHing, Babe Ruth.
Oh, that's just not fair.
What's not fair?
The Sultan of Schmack.
What's not fair? Batting eighth, playing third, Mike Schmidt.
That ain't fair. See,
batting. I'm not close to done yet. You're gonna love this.
And batting
ninth, the captain of my team that I've been using for the last handful of months, All-Star Salvador Perez.
Salvi. World Series MVP Salvador Perez.
The bench is Freddie Freeman, his World Series MVP.
Yep.
Ricky Henderson off the bench for speed if I need it.
I can see that.
Frankie Lindor, the switch hitting availability. And Tyler O'Neill.
Oh, you stupid. I love it.
Oh, you ain't seen stupid yet. You want to know? You want to know my starting rotation?
Hit me.
Nolan Ryan.
Uh-huh.
No hitter Blake Snell.
Yeah.
Pedro.
Mm-hmm.
Triple Crown Chris Sale.
Oh man.
And Randy Johnson.
Get out of my head.
You don't want to know my bullpen. It is even
Who's
more.
your closer? Who's your closer?
Mariano Rivera.
Number 42.
Mariano
Mariano
Rivera.
Number 42.
The two guys I have for setup are Aroldis Chapman and John Schmaltz.
Okay.
And to back all of that up,
and to back all of that up,
Gregory Soto.
Okay.
Raleigh Fingers. Lee Smith.
Oh, Lee Arthur Smith.
Tanner Scott.
Uh-huh.
And Chris Martin.
Nice. Okay. Now
That's literally my God squad right now that I'm rocking.
See, now I'm gonna have to dig. See, because now you making me go old school.
Well, that's why I love MLB The Show is you can dig for either current players or past players.
Mm-hmm.
And these are just guys I'm comfortable with.
Now I will admit I've never played the game. Never.
Mm-hmm.
But I think I could put a God squad together. Leading off would be Ricky Henderson.
Yes, I can see that.
Batting second. Oh, God. I can't believe I'm going to do this. And I'm making this up on the fly. I don't have the numbers of the players in front of me. I'm doing this off of years.
I know most of these guys from the team.
Yep. Years of watching baseball with Dad. Batting second, Omar Vizquel.
I could see that.
Omar Vizquel. Hitting third, Frank Thomas.
Yep.
Frank Thomas would bat third. In the 4 spot, Barry Bonds.
Barry behind Frank. Oh, that would just be so wrong.
Barry Bonds would bat fourth.
Yeah, you either pitch to Frankie or you got to worry about Barry smacking your yard.
It gets worse.
Oh, Lord.
In the 5th hole, Michael Jack Schmidt.
Smitty.
Mm-hmm. He's at third base.
Yep.
I took care of the shortstop with Omar Vizquel.
Yeah.
In the 6th spot in right field, Jermaine Dye.
I could see that. Get a little bit more speed out there.
Mm-hmm. You got 6'5" Jermaine Dye, Ricky Henderson, and Barry Bonds patrolling the outfield.
Yeah.
Third to first, Mike Schmidt, Omar Vizquel. Then you got second base, Ryan Sandberg.
Who?
Ryan Sandberg.
I've used him on the show. I've used him. He's got a pretty sweet swing.
Ryan Sandberg. And then at first base is a toss-up, but at first base, I'd put Jim Thome there.
Okay, so you got Frankie DHing and Thomas and Thome at first.
And they're interchangeable. Because remember, Frank Thomas's first position when he came into the league in 1989 was first base.
Yep.
Behind the plate is Carlton Fisk.
I could see that.
And my starting pitcher is Nolan Ryan. Now, my starting rotation goes Nolan Ryan, Steve Carlton, Randy Johnson.
Yep, gotta have the lefty.
John Garland.
Ooh.
Didn't expect that one.
Nope.
And Chris Sale.
A couple of strong lefties to counteract Nolan being the righty that throws heat.
Speaking of a righty that throws heat, Justin Verlander.
Yes.
Backup DH, Yordan Alvarez.
Dude, there was the longest time I could rake with Yordan.
Mm-hmm.
He can turn on one in a heartbeat.
Yep, my backup DH would be Yordan Alvarez. He also would be my backup left fielder because he can play the hell out of left field.
All right, you got 3 more to fill in.
In terms of my rotation?
No, in terms of the bench.
In terms of the bench. My backup, one of my backups would be Tadahito Iguchi.
Ooh. That's a name we ain't heard of in a while.
And another backup, Will Clark.
Ooh.
Ooh. And to complete my bench, Jose Altuve.
Yes. Get him in for the middle of the infield.
Yep. Jose Altuve.
Little man with a big swing.
Speaking of Yordan Alvarez, anybody remember this?
0-1. And Alvarez belts it deep to right field. Gets it by. Unbelievable. The Astros a walk-off win. Yordan Alvarez a walk-off 3-run homer. And the Astros stun the Mariners in Game 1 of the division series. Incredible.
The House of Horrors for the Seattle Mariners continues as they mob Alvarez by home plate.
The great Robert Ford providing us the call, video courtesy of TBS. Brian Anderson was on the television call for that.
Air your Don.
Thank you, Todd Callis. Todd Callis, the son of the late, great Harry Callis.
To this day, that ball ain't come down yet.
It ain't coming down.
Nah, that thing's orbiting right now, man. I'm telling you.
That ain't coming down. Now watch. While we're talking baseball, Kyle Tucker, yes, has been traded to the Cubs, but I still bet you Houston wins the West.
Wouldn't surprise me. And, speaking of moves, obviously the Red Sox need to make more to make up for the fact we've lost some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
The Yankees adding Cody Bellinger.
Oh, that bum? He played with the Cubs for 2 years.
Yeah, he had a couple of down years with Chicago, but if he gets it right, he's evil.
His stock is done. Sorry.
If he gets it right, he's evil.
Yeah, and you know what? And to think about it, I think the Yankees can get it right. They're coming off a World Series appearance. I think they can get it right.
And Cody's going to
get it right.
Cody's going to be able to take advantage of the short porch over and right as well.
And the DH rule.
Yes.
And the DH rule. Speaking of DH,
Yordan.
Alvarado's 2-1. And
Yordan.
Alvarez belts it deep to center. It sends back Fearley. Still going back at the wall. See you later. See you later. A 3-run home run for Yordan Alvarez. And the Astros go up 3-1. What a shot.
I'm playing this because I love Yordan and Robert Ford.
Bombs away for Yordan once again. And it's madness in our house again.
That is insanity to dead center.
Stupid. That is stupid fire.
Dude, 450, a $113 off the stick.
Alvarez belts it deep to center. It sends back Fearley. Still going back at the wall. See you later. See you later. A 3-run home run for Yordan Alvarez. And the Astros go up 3-1. What a shot.
I love it.
Now, if I was looking at that correctly, and,
bombs away for Yordan once again.
Curses the MLB for teaching us this.
And it's madness in our house again.
That thing had a launch angle of, I swear, 38 to 40 degrees.
450-foot
home
run to shred away center
and to think
field.
that Yordan put
that
113 mile an hour swing on that.
And it looked like he didn't even try that hard. Look again.
No.
Alvarado's 2-1.
Clunk.
And Alvarez belts it deep to center. It sends back Fearley. Still going back at the wall. See you later. See you later. A 3-run home run for Yordan Alvarez. And the Astros go up 3-1.
Fox has the video. KBME and Robert Ford and company have the radio.
Bombs away for Yordan once again. And it's madness in our house again.
I mean, I hate advanced stats, but 113 miles per hour off the bat.
To straightaway center field. He hit that
And he
over
didn't
the
swing
batter's
that
eye.
hard.
He really didn't. He really didn't swing that. He
That's
really
the
didn't swing
crazy
that hard.
thing.
That's great. That's
That's
the crazy
nuclear.
part.
That's
That's
nuclear
crazy
power, dude.
There it is again.
Alvarado's 2-1. And Alvarez belts it deep to center. It sends back Fearley. Still going back at the wall. See you later. See you later. A 3-run home run for Yordan Alvarez. And the Astros go up 3-1. What a shot.
Bombs away for Yordan
Needs
once
Sparks on the
again.
call also.
And it's madness in our house again.
A 400.
You can't go wrong with that. And
No.
my backup lefty, Framber Valdez.
Yes.
Framber
I could see
Valdez. Speaking of backup lefties, and there's a whole list of them I can think of.
Same.
One of my other backup lefties, Mark Burley,
Ooh.
and that changeup.
I mean, I gotta agree with Schechter. One of my other ones would have been Johan.
Yeah, I can see that with that wicked curveball.
Not just that, but him and Pedro had one of the most evil changeups out there. The circle change would just die coming to the plate, and you just couldn't get to it.
Mm-hmm. It would fall right off the table.
Yep.
Here's my other doggone it. You know who else I would kind of have hanging around in the bullpen as a starter? Dwight Gooden.
Yes, I could see that.
And my closer, it would be a tie.
Between?
One game, I'll give you Mariano Rivera. One game, I'll give you Trevor Hoffman.
Yes.
And one game, I'll give you Dan Quisenberry.
I could see that. I'll throw you another name that I use from time to time that was evil. Rob Dibble.
Rob Dibble. Randy Myers. Lefty.
Yes.
Randy Myers. Norm Charlton.
I'll give you another one. Dennis Eckersley. That sidearm was just disturbing.
See, I would have to flip a coin between Dennis Eckersley and Dan Quisenberry because I hated the hell out of Dan Quisenberry because it was game over.
Yes.
It was game over. You weren't going to get a hit off of Dan Quisenberry.
And Eck
with that
coming
motion?
Eck coming in almost between 3/4 submarine and sidearm was just so wrong, especially when he was throwing that forkball.
Now, when I say that I hated Dan Quisenberry, I love the daylight side of Quisenberry.
Mm.
Him and Eckersley, because you never saw consistently that kind of motion, that kind of sidearm motion.
No, you didn't.
And Tony La Russa did the smartest thing for Eck's career. He turned him into a closer.
Yeah, it saved him.
Because he was heading right for the DL. He was heading right to Tommy John surgery, and he lessened his innings.
Yeah, he threw him into the bullpen.
Smartest move ever is when Tony La Russa turned Eckersley into a closer.
Yeah, because then Eck could just focus for 15 to 20 pitches, give or take. And
give or take.
About it. Yeah.
Yeah. Same thing with Quisenberry.
And
I love Quisenberry. See, here's why it's a toss-up for me between Eck and Quisenberry and Mariano Rivera. With Mo, you only got one pitch, but you still
couldn't touch it. No,
still couldn't touch it. I mean, if I'm going up there with the bases loaded, I may as well just turn my hat backwards.
Yeah,
because I'm not touching it. With Quisenberry, you don't know where that ball's coming from.
No, you don't.
And Eckersley with that backdoor slider, and it was mean.
Yes.
Oh, it was mean.
Yes.
It was mean. Dear
I
God,
mean,
it was mean.
he could get you fishing on it a good chunk of the time, but he could also dot that thing.
Yeah. Yeah. And if he dots it, you may as well grab some bench.
Yeah, exactly. Go get some pines.
Go get some pine because you ain't touching it.
Oh.
Here's a lefty closer I'd love to use.
Mm.
John Franco.
Oh, God. I
Remember him?
To this day, remember him. I faced a virtual version of him like 3 days ago. I couldn't touch that some bitch.
You can't go wrong with John Franco.
No. That's oh God, the sinker he had that he was throwing was just so wrong.
Mm-hmm.
And then the guy was backing it up with 100 on the tank. I was like, "Are you kidding me?"
Easy. I'm like, forget it.
Good God.
Backup starter, Randy Johnson.
Yes.
And you know what's bad? Randy Johnson threw over the top.
Yes.
For the first 4 years of his career. And then they tweaked his delivery.
And then it was done.
It was
that
over.
That sidearm delivery.
From a 6'10" pitcher.
It was over.
Mm-hmm. Game over. Backup DH for me, Edgar Martinez.
Oh, Edgar's swing is so sweet, dude.
Edgar Martinez. And I'm surprised I didn't think of this guy that I'd have on my bench. Ken Griffey Jr.
Oh, you got to have the kid.
Must have the kid. Ken Griffey Jr. It would be so much of a toss-up between starting Ricky Henderson in center field and Ken Griffey Jr. in center field.
I think it would depend on who you're facing that day.
True.
And honestly, if need be, move Ricky over to left and have Griffey in center and just, keep someone else for availability.
And you have Bonds at DH.
Yes. That way you don't lose the stick.
Exactly. You don't lose the stick in the lineup. You have Bonds as your DH.
And then you just platoon first base.
Mm-hmm. You just platoon first base. Man, we spent so much time on baseball. Let's take a break. When we come back, football's the name of the game.
Hour 3 with it.
Right after this.
This is Snowman in the Morning.
Are you ready to upgrade your coffee game? Prepare for an invasion of flavor with Invader Coffee. It's the caffeinated elixir that fuels champions, the blend that pushes boundaries. Whether you're battling deadlines or exploring uncharted territories, Invader Coffee has your back. Join the invasion at invadercoffee.com and taste the difference for yourself. Use the code Snowman for 15% off your first order. Invader Coffee, veteran owned.
One of the great things about ordering meals from Mother of Macros is that you can do it from the comfort of your own home. Click the national or local delivery link to access the menu, and we'll ship the meals right to your door. We understand you won't always have time to plan, shop, prepare, and cook to provide healthy nutrition for your family, so the process is simple and saves you hours. We know you're busy, so our meals are professionally prepared and packaged. You only need to heat them up and enjoy. We provide macro-balanced, delicious meals, chock full of fresh, local ingredients with none of the stuff you don't want to eat. Plus, our menu changes every week, keeping your taste buds wanting more. We take care of your meals so you can worry about everything else on your list. Mother of Macros.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like the high five strangers got. Game-winning interception. First down. Just a nice, solid tackle. If you're in arm's length, you will be swapping skin with this extrovert. You see, he knows SeatGeek got him a great deal on tickets, so he can focus on what he does best, smacking palms. SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Quinn.
Moment of clarity. I haven't watched BET in years.
KP.
Drake needs to come back with another triple platinum album.
E Digger.
And then you have Ray J. Like, I can't stand that River Cricket.
The Guru.
Okay, the level of crack she's smoking, I don't want it.
BS3 Network proudly presents the Knucklehead Chronicles podcast, where from card tips to hot topics to meep of the week, anything goes. Live every Sunday at 2:30 p.m. Central.
During bad weather, driving can become downright dangerous.
What's your emergency, please?
Trust Battle Vision Storm, the revolutionary glare reduction glasses that turn your sight bright during bad weather at night or during the day. Watch your ordinary vision become extraordinary. Battle Vision Storm uses light optimizing lenses that block blue rays so you see clearly in heavy rain at night or blinding snow during the day. Heavy rain, snow, sleet, or fog can make it impossible to drive. Not with Battle Vision Storm. Get your Battle Vision Storm for only $19.99. But wait, due to rising costs and supply chain shortages, this may be your last chance to get your very own at this low price. There is a strict limit of 4 Battle Vision Storm per order while supplies last. Don't wait, order now.
Call 1-800-483-6319 or visit battlevisionstorm.com. So call 1-800-483-6319 now.
Mister? How do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
Fantasy baseball can take you over, can it?
I cannot wait to see what we do next season.
Me neither.
I'll get something set up.
Me neither, man. I can't wait.
And yes, I'll put all of it in the Discord, so don't worry about it. I'll get something set up.
It's gonna be crazy. It is gonna be crazy. Just like this weekend. Tonight we have Indiana and Notre Dame. Oh hell.
Oh, that's gonna be nuts, dude.
Oh hell. And then we got a triple header tomorrow. Go.
Yep.
Go.
We do. Oh. And that's not counting the fact we got Houston, Kansas City, and Pittsburgh, Baltimore.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord. Division champions to meet to start the day. Oh, no. Which is the early game? Pittsburgh, Baltimore?
No, it's Houston, KC, the early game.
Kick time?
1 o'clock.
Oh, I'll be knee-deep in Penn State.
Yep, it's for college games, it's SMU, Penn State, and Clemson, Texas, and the nightcap is Tennessee, Ohio State.
And we all agree Tennessee is going to beat Ohio State down.
Yep.
We all agree that Tennessee is going to beat Ohio State down.
Yeah.
I'm ready for next year, man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm ready for 2025. And speaking of being ready, coming up Monday.
Oh, he's gonna have fun.
Yeah, he is.
Especially with this Judy Madden BS.
Oh God. Oh Lord. How much time do we spend on that today?
Enough. Still though.
Stop it. Get some help.
Mm-hmm. Need to get some help for that.
Yeah, there needs to be a lot of help.
Unfortunately, there's not enough help when it comes to the Jets.
If Madden was a thing to determine things, Aaron Rodgers would not be starting.
Shut up, Brian. It's too easy. Shut up, Brian.
I don't remember asking you a thing.
Gee, thanks.
English, do you speak it?
You have to wonder that sometimes.
I know, right?
I played that for my wife, and she cracked up laughing. She was a teacher.
Oh,
I said, sometimes you just got to push the button. Sometimes you just got to say this to people.
Besides,
stop it. Get some help.
Aside of that,
aside
I'm
of
getting
this,
too old for this.
And that.
Mainly this.
Shut up, bitch.
Samuel, you gotta say this too.
Oh,
English, do you speak it?
Yes, that. Yes.
And then there's a lot of them you have to say this.
I don't
to.
remember asking you a thing.
Sometimes my wife jokingly says that to me, admittedly. She says that to me. And I deserve it. I deserve it. Who am I kidding? I deserve it.
Yeah, been there, done that, and then at the end of the day,
You fool! That fits. That fits. All right. Let's do some previews really quick before we make our picks for the day.
Yep.
Why is Clemson? Deeds brought up a great question. Clemson won their conference.
Yeah.
They should get a home game in the playoff. Why don't they?
Because the NCAA decided to screw them and say, no, you're taking on Texas.
But it should be in Death Valley.
It should be, yes, but they were also no. Arizona was the lowest ranked, and they got a home game. It's the ACC. It's the ACC. It's the redheaded bastard child of the NCAA.
And Jay Spivey said as such, not in those words, but he said as such. ACC is awful. That's why they're being forced to play on the road.
Exactly.
That's why they're being forced to play on the road.
Yeah, and it's a shame because if this game was in Clemson, you know how crazy it would get. Yeah,
it would be nuts. Clemson flying down the hill.
Yes.
Wow, that would be crazy.
It would be,
It's
but
it'd be crazy tonight in front of touchdown Jesus.
And again, the fact that Notre Dame has to have a play-in game.
Well,
they have no conference affiliation. That's why.
That's one reason. The other reason is they didn't run the table.
No.
They run the table, and that was something I brought up, and I said this earlier in the show. The ultimate wild card would be Notre Dame.
Yeah. It would be. And right now, it currently sits as the ultimate wild card. Because let's be real. Notre Dame and Indiana is going to end in a shootout, and Notre Dame will probably end up running this one away.
Mm-hmm.
Which means then they have to face Georgia. Good luck.
Yeah, good luck indeed.
But if touchdown Jesus says, I'm traveling with you, and they manage to pull one out against Georgia.
Good luck with that.
Oh, stranger things have happened.
I know. We watched it.
We have.
We've watched.
Wouldn't it be
England
crazy?
beat Cincinnati to open the season.
Yes.
There, how's that?
Wouldn't it be something if Notre Dame makes it to the championship game? You want to talk about upsetting an apple cart.
You know.
Then what do you do, NCAA?
If that happens, that Notre Dame makes it all the way to Atlanta, if Notre Dame wins 3 times and they make it all the way to Atlanta and play for their first championship since 2013, every constituent of the NCAA would be shaking.
Yes, because there would be the 50-50 chance that a non-conference team
wins the whole thing.
Then what?
Wins the whole damn thing.
And like I said, then what?
One of the few times I don't have an answer. I couldn't have an answer. There's no way I could have an answer to that. There's just no way.
It's that crazy.
There's just no way I could have an answer to that. Nope.
It is legitimately that crazy.
It is. It's that nuts.
Because we all know the other side of the bracket, Oregon's going to run through everybody.
Man, no one stands a chance against Oregon. I'm sorry. No one stands a chance against Oregon. No one.
And to think if Notre Dame wins 3 and ends up in Atlanta facing them.
Ugh. 2015, anyone?
Facts.
When no one expected Ohio State to get to the championship game and then they rolled Alabama?
Yeah.
They rolled Alabama.
It's wild. This is just one of those.
What in the all types of blue hell?
Yeah.
Will the NCAA do if Notre Dame actually pulls the damn thing?
That would be scary.
Because it ain't no Big 12 winning. It ain't no SEC winning it. It ain't anything else. It's an independent that's got its own TV deal.
And will forever have its own TV deal because that's a lifetime deal. That's a lifetime deal.
Pulling out all the stops and winning the Natty. Huh?
Which would make the NCAA look like this.
So I realized that I think even though it's not advertised,
right,
there has to be a place for stupid people. We don't know because we're not stupid, so we don't know anything about it, like a secret club society. Oh my gosh. So I come to the conclusion that he graduated from SU, stupid university. Yeah, and all the stupid ass letters that go along with graduating high honors of being stupid. I can't do no more, man.
Vámonos, dominos, vámonos. Stupid university, where everyone graduates. Magna cum stupid.
Stupid.
I mean, it's not wrong.
No.
The NCAA white wigs will end up looking like idiots.
Which is why everyone's praying
for Indiana to beat them.
Yep. Not only for Indiana to beat them, but for Notre Dame to not get to Atlanta.
Yeah. I mean, yes, they would have to smoke out Indiana for one. That's liable to happen.
Mm-hmm.
But then they'd have to take on Georgia.
In the Superdome.
Yep. And then they would have to take on whoever comes out of the Arizona State game.
Cam Scatterbo. Oh, boy.
Yeah. This is rugged.
Mm-hmm. But still, the possibilities are beautiful.
Oh, yeah.
The possibilities of a national championship would be beautiful. Let's go through it before we take our final break. Let's go through it.
All right, let me pull up the brackets here. Okay, so again, 10-7 is Indiana Notre Dame. Winner of that.
Indiana wins. Say Indiana wins that game.
Georgia stomps them. Georgia will stomp them.
Stomps a mud hole in their ass.
And then they would have to face off against whoever would survive first between SMU and Penn State.
Let's say SMU wins that one on the road.
They would have to, SMU would have to face Boise. Good luck. Which then would lead to the typical 2-3 Georgia Boise State.
You know, what if SMU beats Boise State?
Oh, dear God.
What if SMU? Oh, God, I can't
An
believe
ACC team smacking Boise State around?
I can't believe I'm going to conjure this up. And I don't know if the bracket will dictate it.
I'm looking.
What if SMU and Notre Dame get to Atlanta?
In the semis?
No. Would that be a semifinal matchup?
That would be a semi. Because the other side of the bracket has Tennessee, Ohio State, winner gets Oregon, and Clemson, Texas, winner gets Arizona State.
Oh, jeez. Oh, jeez. Which brings up a scenario Dietz brought up yesterday. Oh, dear God, I can't believe I'm going to say this aloud. What if Clemson goes into Darrell K. Royal Memorial Stadium and pulls the upset against Texas?
Do they survive against Arizona?
Oh, yikes. The possibilities are endless.
Now, we all know Texas and, Tennessee, Ohio State. We've got Tennessee running Ohio State out.
Got Tennessee running Ohio State out of there.
Because we know if Ohio State somehow makes things happen, Oregon's got an easy road because they beat them earlier in the season.
Mm-hmm.
So a Tennessee-Oregon matchup would be intriguing. What if Tennessee beats Oregon and then ends up waiting for somebody?
My stomach just did a backflip.
What if we saw a possibility of a Tennessee-Clemson semi?
Tennessee, Clemson, the Battle of Orange?
Yes.
Oh.
Or even Tennessee, Texas.
Oh. And that's at a neutral site.
Yep.
That's a neutral site game.
Yep. Everything in the quarters and semis all the way through are neutral site.
Are neutral site games. So if Tennessee wins, where would they head?
Tennessee would get Oregon.
And where is that being played? Where would that be played?
Let's take a look. That would be the Rose Bowl.
Good luck. That's familiar territory for Oregon.
Yep.
That's familiar territory.
The way it would shake out in the quarters would be Boise State would get either Penn or SMU in the Fiesta.
Boise State in Arizona.
Boise State, in the Fiesta. Yeah.
That's their backyard.
Arizona State would get either Texas or Clemson in the Peach. As we just said, Oregon would get either Ohio or Tennessee in the Rose, and Georgia would get either Notre Dame or Indiana in the Sugar.
And that's Georgia's backyard.
Yep.
That's practically Georgia's backyard, the Sugar Bowl.
The semis are the Orange Bowl and the Cotton Bowl.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
That's going to be tough. Yeah, that's going to be tough.
What?
What?
That.
Yeah,
Jeez Louise. The possibilities are crazy.
There would be a lot of.
That's what that would be. That's exactly what that would be.
Yep.
Egad. Break, please.
When we get back,
see.
we got some picks to make for the final time this calendar year.
Yep.
Back in a deuce.
This is Snowman in the morning.
People tell me how lucky my daughter is to have been adopted. But really, we're the lucky ones. Learn more at adoptuskids.org.
This planet has been great to me. It's given me gifts that I can't even explain. It's given me adventures and memories I'll never forget. And Battleborn, I think, has given me the opportunity to go beyond and give something back. How can I be a better custodian to this planet and the place I live? That's where I am with Battleborn. Let's make the planet a better place.
Whether it's news, the largest egg producer finds bird flu in chickens at a Texas plant, weather, devastating tornadoes rip through the heart of the United States, inspiration, a breast cancer survivor completed the journey of chemotherapy and now begins a future one of matrimony or sports. Michael Jordan is shown on a photo with Diddy. LeBron James has a video extolling the virtues of a Diddy party. This has been yet another beating a dead horse presentation. We got you covered. BS3 Network, in association with Comey Media Incorporated, proudly present The Morning Shift with Cole Johnson. Live every weekday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central.
Here's an important message from the Diabetes Solution Center. Do you like pricking your fingers to test your blood sugar levels? No one does, but it's important to maintain your health. And now, by wearing a small remote device called a continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, you don't need to prick your fingers anymore. It's easy to use and helps you make more accurate diabetes treatment decisions. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now. And if you have Medicare or most major insurance coverage, you may be able to get a new CGM at little to no out-of-pocket cost. Shipping is free, and we'll even bill your insurance company for you. If you are testing your blood sugar 3 or more times daily, injecting insulin, or using an insulin pump, call the Diabetes Solution Center right now to learn how to end the painful finger sticks and get your own continuous glucose monitor, or CGM, at little to no out-of-pocket cost.
SeatGeek is the ticketing app for fans like Boomstick Lady. No free throw is safe from the roar of her sticks. SeatGeek helps her find a seat in the direct eye line of the shooter so she can sit where her boomsticks make the biggest boom. Everybody okay? SeatGeek handles the tickets to sports, concerts, and more, so fans can fan.
Join the transporter to Hades.
Your butt and gut becomes one.
Join the reformer of hooker whores.
This is my daughter, Placenta Booty Johnson.
Join the bronze car.
Whenever you are in distress, take off your baseball cap and throw it in the air.
Join your very own superhero of broadcasting, Chris Bass.
So whatever color crayon they get, they palm it and do 2 circles, and that translates to, I can beat up black people.
As she takes you through the week's paces in Baseline. Live every Saturday at 8 a.m. Eastern, 7 a.m. Central, Pacific Time Zone people, just stay asleep when this is on live and just catch the recording. Oh, I'm sorry. Exclusively on the Chris Bass YouTube channel.
Mister, how how do you operate this Twitter thing or this Instagram thing or whatever the heck? You're supposed to know all this stuff. Anyway, welcome back to the show.
All right. For the final time in this calendar year, there's something we need to do.
Oh.
And I think you know, and y'all know what it is.
Oh, you mean this?
For the final time, it's a fabulous, fantastic football Friday NFL pick. And they're brought to you by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins. Let's go.
Well, leading things off, Vic has a one-game lead over myself. Snowman, you're 10 games behind me. Droid has been out of commission. Our top guest pickers, Pizzle sitting at 68-36. Deb's now 47-14, and the better half here behind me went 8-8 last week. Starting on Saturday, the 1 o'clock slate, it's Houston and Kansas City. KC's up.
Chiefs.
Don't even need to go through this. KC's 3.5. And the over-under was at 42.
3.5. That's it?
Yes.
It's going to be 30. Chiefs.
I'm with you on that one. Next on the list for the 4:30, Pittsburgh and Baltimore. Baltimore's favored by 6. Over-under's 44.5.
Both of those teams are frauds, but I'm going with Baltimore. For some reason, I just got a stupid feeling. I'm going with Baltimore. Both these teams are frauds, but I'll go with it.
I got Baltimore, but they're going to have to run Derrick Henry into the ground to win this game.
Yes.
The Sunday slate. Oh, dear God, we're kicking it off with this toilet bowl. Cleveland and Cincinnati.
No.
Cincinnati's favored by...
The next time someone suggests this game to you, just say no.
I was going to say Cincinnati's favored by 9.5, and the over-under's at 47.
Who cares? Next.
I'll pick Cincinnati because it's Cleveland.
I'm not picking either of these teams because of Cleveland. Next.
Detroit going into Chicago. Detroit sitting at 6.5.
Lions.
Chicago over-under's at 48. And yeah, I got Detroit with this one.
Ain't no way the Bears do something decent, like win a football game.
Exactly. Next on the list, it's Arizona on the road to Carolina. Do we even need to go through this?
Next one.
Yeah, I'm just going to take Arizona because it's Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
Next on the list, it's Philadelphia and Washington. Philly's 3.5 favorites. Over-unders at 45.5.
Hail to the Redskins. It'll be close, but I'm going with Jaden Daniels and the Redskins.
This is where I'm going to split off. I'm saying Philadelphia, but it's going to take overtime.
I think so.
Next on the list, it's the Giants taking on Atlanta. Atlanta is, am I reading this right, a 9-point favorite?
Michael Penix gets 400 in his debut.
I got him for 450.
Okay.
Next one up. Indianapolis is a 3.5-point favorite at home against Tennessee. The over-under's at 42.5.
Should be 30. Tennessee's got nothing. Going with the Colts. And that's our first game of our Sunday doubleheader.
Yeah, and I don't feel like making an apology video to Dr. K yet.
Mm.
The last one on the 1 o'clock slate, it's the Rams 3-point favorites on the road to the Giants. To the Jets. Over-unders at 46.5.
You ain't got to even ask. This game is over at halftime. Rams.
Yeah, I got the Rams with this one as well. Late slate, Minnesota 3-point favorites going into Seattle. Over-under at 42.
Skull Vikings. They win by 10.
Yeah, I'm with you on that one. Taking a look real quick because Victor, I think, is going to want to protect his lead. He's got the Colts as well.
And he's
got the Rams.
It's got Minnesota.
Vic, did you catch any of the other games?
I don't think he cares.
No, I mean, he's got a 1-game lead. Next on the list is, I'm sure he's looking through trying to remember, and this one, yeah, I don't think we really need to go too far. New England and Buffalo.
Bills.
I'm a homer, but I'm not an idiot.
Josh Allen gets 5 Bills.
Buffalo's favored by 14. I think it's going to be 21.
I think it'll be 28. Next.
Vic said he missed the first few. Vic, it was Houston, Kansas City, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, Cincinnati, Cleveland, Detroit, Chicago, Arizona, Carolina. Dude, don't feel bad. I'm not being a homer here. Arizona, Carolina, and Philly, Washington. And then the other one was the Giants in Atlanta. So as Vic catches up, on this one, here is a shocker. San Francisco, Miami. There's a reason why I say it's a shocker. The over-under's at 44.5, and it's even odds.
I'm a homer. 49ers, and they win by 10.
I'm actually a little bit torn on this one. San Fran's beat up, but Tua's had concussions. I still say San Fran because they still got better offense.
Yep.
Kansas City,
Baltimore, Arizona, Detroit, Atlanta, and Cincinnati. And he also picks the 49ers. So it's a sweep for the 49ers.
Yeah, as I'm catching up here, let's see. Detroit, we got that. What about Philly, Washington, Vic?
I'm saying hell to the Redskins.
Yeah. Yeah. As we're still catching up, a couple of games left on this list. Jacksonville, the land of AEW, travels to, the home of the, as Vic sakes, Philadelphia, the home of WrestleMania 41, Las Vegas. Raiders are favored by 1, over under at 40.5. Does it even really matter?
No. Break the glass.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those games. Yeah, it's one of those games. I still take Jacksonville because, lol at the Raiders. Jacksonville, Vic. Jacksonville.
Well, I'll laugh at both teams. I want to tie.
Yeah, it's Vic. It's AEW versus WrestleMania 41. As Vic catches up, the 8:20 game, and it's probably good that it's going to be busy. Thinking about this one, Tampa Bay 4-point favorites going into Dallas.
Do you even have to ask?
No.
Do you even have to ask? One team's fighting for a playoff spot. The other team is Dallas.
Sorry, Vic.
Do you even have to ask?
No, we really don't. As Vic's thinking about Jacksonville and he's got the Jags for that one.
Jaguars.
So, Vic, are you going to be a homer, or are you going to just be smart and say, yeah, Tampa Bay sweeping this one?
I'll pick for him, Tampa. And the last one?
Last one, Monday night. It's New Orleans on the road to Green Bay, who is favored by 2 touchdowns, over under at 42.
Green Bay by 40.
Yeah, it's New Orleans.
Green Bay by 40.
Yeah, New Orleans are going to be New Orleans. I got them in this one, and I got a feeling Victor's going to go the same way.
Yep. So you may as well mark it down right now. And
that's it.
Are your... Where'd it go?
Oh, I know what you're looking for right
Those
there.
Week 16 fabulous, fantastic football Friday NFL picks presented by BetUS.com. BetUS.com, where the game begins.
Now get me the hell out of here.
All the CFP playoff coverage that you're looking for will be on Snowman Sportsnet. And it begins tonight with the Indiana Hoosiers taking on the Notre Dame Fighting Irish in front of Touchdown Jesus at 7:30. Tomorrow we get started at 11 with SMU and Penn State. Kickoff noon. Clemson and Texas pregame 3. And then we have Tennessee and Ohio State. 7 o'clock is the pregame. 8 o'clock is the kickoff. Follow along on the new channel, youtube.com/Snowman Sports Net.
Vic actually took Dallas.
Why?
He's being a homer.
Victor, what the hell are you thinking? Of course, we tease as we do that. We're getting out of here. Hope you all enjoyed this year as we continue season 11. And next September, season 12, and we're grinding toward it. We're grinding toward it right now. Danny Fuller is with us from California. He says he wants a tie, 2 terrible teams in complete anarchy. That would be the Jets. And beginning January 6th, we're going to be up to 4 hours. That's the expansion I was talking about.
Oh, boy. Oh, for God's sake.
Oh. All right. I
We got a few minutes.
You would be here, and here is the painkiller, CJ D. Simone. Now, I told CJ to be nice briefly before we get the heck out of here. CJ, give me a couple sentences on your team's performances. And I look at the look on his face.
Just remember, we are actually on some TV networks.
Listen, he and I both love Joe Beningo, and I cracked him up the first time I ever did an impression. So to do it here, don't tell me Buffalo's beating New England. Don't tell me that the Jaguars are going to beat the Baltimore Ravens, and don't tell me the Jets are going to beat the Dolphins. Why would I think that?
Why would you think that, Joe? Come on now. This is the New York Jets we're talking about. A team that couldn't get out of its own way if they tried. You need a seeing eye dog just to reach the end zone.
And that's, I'm gonna have a longer interview with this man, and y'all will see it. Y'all will see it soon. And folks, there are gonna be some extra words in there. We're gonna close up shop. We're gonna close up shop now. You'll see CJ the painkiller and the pain he has to go through being a Jets fan. And I'll tell you one quick story. When the Jets hosted San Francisco 4 years ago, and the Niners lost all those players, I will never forget CJ saying the Niners got injured the hell and back, and they still beat us.
I think at that point, I swear that the Jets were playing the 49ers taxi squad, and I just think that, for whatever reason, the real New York Jets just forgot to show up that game, and it's just a never-ending cycle of pain, frustration, and misery for Gangrene and their beloved fan base, which they're lucky they still have one.
This is true. This is true. And considering what you read with The Athletic about what Woody Johnson did to Nick Sedil, you get the final thought of the day.
I think I'm going to save what I really want to say for the taped version when you and I actually sit down. I'm going to throw out a little bit of a tease because I just don't think that the time that we have right now is enough for me to really fully go into exactly how I feel about it. So there's a tease for your audience to definitely tune in to the taped interview between yourself and myself, because it's definitely going to be a barn burner.
It is. And I can't wait. Have a great weekend. God bless. Remember to make your next move your best move. And always remember, if your dreams don't scare you, they're simply not big enough. CJ is proving it. Dog is proving it. My crew is proving it. And so am I. Folks, have a very Merry Christmas, and we will see y'all on the other side of the year. So long, everybody. Hey, this one's for the painkiller. And then there's the Jets. What a disgrace. Bye.
Joel Embiid, you still a bitch.